Hey YouTube, it's Chuck. Good morning. Well, we got 10.69.2 this morning. Looks like it's build number 2022.20.15. And it came out to just a small group this morning. I hope it goes wide here in a few hours, and they're just waiting for any crazy reports on the release. A couple people that have driven it ahead of me, Rocco and Kim, kind of said it didn't look like they could tell many changes, and in some situations it wasn't doing that great. So we'll just say this is a dot release. And I put out a Twitter poll this morning and asked whether you guys wanted to see unprotected lefts or Memorial Park, and overwhelmingly everybody wants unprotected lefts. So while I do not know how well this will define what 10.69.2 is over the previous two builds, at your request, here we go. Unprotected left-hand turns. Round one. There's the median network. Looking for the creep limit. Looks like it's in the same spot, and we do need to wait. Okay, it waited right there. Looks like we're gonna have to wait a little bit. Let's see how strong it waits. Looks like it's wide open from the right. So as we get a gap or two here from the left, there's a tiny one here. It's gonna have to take a full commit. Okay, it started creeping there, and then it waited. Now we have an opposing car it needs to wait for. So this left car, that car on the right, and it should roll right now. Let's see how it does. It's gonna be fine. So a little right, a little left, probably with a continuous. Okay, exactly the way it needed to do. So the only thing I noticed on that turn was there was a tiny gap I was talking about that it needed to go if it was gonna do it, and I felt it creep a little bit. And if you look at the CAN data I have here on my car, in this black bar, one of them shows you the actual torque on the motor. With those tiny little creeps that I talk about feeling, if you look really closely, you might see a little bit of torque applied to the motor that bumps up and then comes back down to zero. Okay, let's try a few more. All right, here we go again. Couple flashes of that median network as it starts to refine that. There's the creep limit bouncing around a little bit of traffic. One car here. Oh wow, we've got just nothing here today. So this is almost like driving at night. A nice right, a little left, no wait, into the left lane. Okay, so that was basically a good definition of a zero traffic engagement almost, and how it has the lateral maneuvers that it uses whether there's traffic there or not. It's got its median network it's projecting, it's got its creep limit. When it goes out towards the median, it goes with a little right, a little left, so it's at a good angle to enter traffic from the median and also fit into a median. All right, let's see if we get some more traffic. All right, let's see if anything changes on this one. Everybody's in church here at Jacksonville, so probably not going to be quite as dense as a Monday morning, but we'll knock out a few of these. See if we find anything interesting. Okay, we got a big gap here, so it should go to the median right now. Okay, now it needs to wait. Oh wow, it waited. That's interesting. I would have thought it went that time, and I wonder why it didn't. I even have a car behind me that wants to scoot around. I'm just gonna stay where I am. I'm in a good spot. Okay, now we have another gap coming from the left. This is good. It's a nice gap, a little right, a little left. Now it needs to use the median and stop this time. Okay, it looks like it got all the way in the median, and I'm showing it in the blue area. The left lane is now clear, but all three lanes are not clear now. Okay, ooh, it almost went for a tight one. I'm gonna try to show you the cameras here. If the repeaters are showing, there's the right repeater on that lower right-hand corner. So it's still waiting on all of the lanes to be clear, because my left lane is once again clear. Oh, yep, and it waited on that one, and then it jumped out. So that was interesting on its decision making there on how it chose to go. It definitely seemed to have a little bit of logic applied to not go if all the lanes weren't clear, but when it actually went, I would say that they weren't all clear, although the left one was. So maybe it waited a certain amount of time and then it decided to use a left only empty lane. Hey, that was interesting. Let's try another one. All right, just had a bicycler drive by. I was hoping to get a little bit of a closer interaction with him, but we missed him. He drove by. All right, same exact scenario. Okay, no cars from the left. Interesting, we do have cars coming for the right. It needs to wait. Okay, so it kind of jumped out here and waited in a good spot, and now all 3 lanes are open, and now it's going. So I'm glad that actually happened. I didn't think that was going to be as interesting. What it showed is that quick acceleration to stop into the median, even though there were no cars coming on the left lane. From my previous videos, you may have remembered, if it ever started waiting on cars from the right lane, it tended to leave its tail of the car out into the road a little bit. That time I felt a sense of urgency to get into the median, even though there was no oncoming traffic. Another interesting one, even in low traffic. Let's try another one. Okay, I wanted to engage this one a little quicker here while there was another car trying to do an unprotected left in front of us. So we have a lead car trying to do the same thing. Kind of creates just a little bit of a different dynamic here, and we can kind of watch him from here on the stop line. So he proceeded, and look, you get to watch him wait in the median, which is exactly what we're going to do. Now, it'll be interesting to see if we have to wait on him, because I'm completely clear to the left, but he's marked blue, and he's in my spot. So I'm not using a spot to the right that a human might do. This is really good. I'm still wide open, and it's waiting. So I don't think I've actually, now it's going, now it's clear, now it should go. Look at this. It did that waiting just right, and I'm wide open to the right and proceeding. So that may have been the first time I've captured that, to where I was waiting not for traffic, but for the spot in the median where it was going to go, regardless of the traffic to the left and to the right being a constraint. So that really means that it's not just trying to get to the median one way or another. It actually had that spot in mind where that other car was, and it was waiting until it was clear. That was great to see. Hey, Tesla team, if you saw that, great job. Okay, here we got another scenario. Now we have an opposing car that's probably getting ready to jump in the lane, so it's no longer a factor, but you kind of got to see how it marked it as blue. And we got a creep limit here. And one car very far in the distance coming, and clear from the left and the right. Okay, these low traffic ones, I'm going to give low traffic scenarios 100% scores. It really isn't having any problems doing the maneuver if it has large gaps and no pauses that make it second guess its first decision. A couple of times there's been a small gap, it's creeped a little bit and had to wait. But in low traffic scenarios, you know, these are pretty good. Now I have not had to disengage yet today, but in higher speed cross traffic is where I still want to keep an eye on it. All right, here we go again. Good stop. One car right here. Ooh, a tiny gap. It needs to wait. And it did. That was a perfect wait. I thought it might have tried to creep a little bit on that one. Now it's wide open to the left, and for the moment, wide open to the right. My steering wheel did something a little bit different at the beginning of that one. I'm not sure what that was. It was a successful unprotected left, but I didn't have the same steering wheel behavior. And look at this acceleration right here. What's it waiting on? Very slow on that acceleration. Almost too slow. Huh. Interesting. Well, either way, we're testing the maneuver, not the acceleration at the moment. But it did that fine. I have to look at the CAN bus data and to see where the wheel angle did right as it jumped out into the road there after that first car passed. All right, I might have jumped this one a little bit early. I just saw a kind of a funny shape there on my media network just as I came out here towards the lane. Okay, no traffic from the left and very little from the right. It's probably going to roll this one and go all the way through. Okay, I'm almost giving you too many easy ones here. Okay, I just had to tap the accelerator on that acceleration there though, because it isn't using quite enough acceleration once it gets into this higher speed traffic. It was staying there at 25, so I needed to bump it up to 45. And now you see how these cars are passing me a little bit. So that acceleration into the lane a couple times in a row has not felt adequate. before there was much more there. So they've definitely adjusted a little bit of that acceleration jerk curve jumping into the traffic. Okay, I think I'm going to wrap it up here on the unprotected left-hand turns. The traffic was just a little bit too light, and we weren't getting any unique scenarios with the light traffic. But hey, it's doing really good. I didn't have any issues today. I don't think I noticed a whole lot different other than two things. The acceleration into the oncoming traffic from the right felt a little light today. Maybe they adjusted the acceleration jerk getting into that traffic. I definitely think I noticed some improved acceleration getting across the first lane to wait into that median area. And probably most impressively, we had a scenario today where you got to see it honor traffic that was in the median using the spot in the median where it wanted to go. So anyway, let me know what you think below. Hopefully this video gets out to you and you enjoy it on this Sunday afternoon. Have a great day.